Hello, we are watching the news broadcast daily, and following us are today's headlines.
Prime Minister Witten Tan Dung welcomes visiting Danish Minister of Foreign Affairs Willy Sovendal in Hanoi. Vietnam earns $806 million from seafood exports in the first 2 months of this year. Ceremony in Can Hoa Province marks the 150th birthday and the 70th death anniversary of well-known Dr. Alexandre Yersin.
Prime Minister Nguyen Tan Dung received a visiting Danish Minister of Foreign Affairs Willy Sovendal in Hanoi on March 1st. The two sides affirmed their willingness to boost cooperation in green growth.
At the reception, Prime Minister Dung said Vietnam wishes to further intensify cooperation with Denmark in all fields, especially in economic trade investment, official development assistance, education training, and green growth. Dung expressed his hope that Denmark will continue creating favorable conditions for the Vietnamese expatriate community in the country. For his part, Sovendal said Denmark is willing to continue cooperating with Vietnam in green growth by sharing experience in dealing with climate change, environmental protection, and green energy. He affirmed that his country will make every effort together with Vietnam to implement the signed agreements and facilitate bilateral cooperation in new areas. In bilateral talks with his Vietnamese counterpart Phạm Bình Minh the same day, the Danish minister affirmed his side will support Vietnam in strengthening comprehensive cooperation with the EU, accelerating the approval of the Vietnam-EU Partnership and Cooperation Agreement, or PCA, and negotiations for the Vietnam-EU Free Trade Agreement. On the EC issue, Sovendal said his country supports Vietnam's stance in settling disputes by peaceful means on the basis of international law. Foreign Minister Minh expressed his gratitude to the Danish government and people for their ODA in the past years. He said the assistance has been effectively used, making significant contributions to the socio-economic development of Vietnam and its international integration. The two foreign ministers agreed on a number of issues, including further delegation exchanges, boosting economic cooperation, and close cooperation at multilateral and international forums. They also exchanged views on regional and international matters of mutual interest, such as ASEAN cooperation and the debt crisis in Europe.
Foreign Minister Phạm Bình Minh held talks with his visiting Serbian counterpart Ivan Mrkic in Hanoi on March 1st. He affirmed Vietnam always attaches importance to consolidating and developing the friendship and cooperation with international friends, including Serbia.
During the talks, the two ministers said they are pleased with the fine development of the Vietnam-Serbia political ties and the regular exchanges of all-level delegations. They affirmed that the two countries will continue to increase meetings of their leaders even at international forums. The two ministers highly valued the official signings of an agreement on double taxation avoidance and an arrangement on mutual recognition of market economy status within the framework of Mrkic's visit. Both host and guests agreed to soon complete negotiations to sign an agreement on economic cooperation and another on investment encouragement and protection. At the talks, the two sides also exchanged views on measures to intensify cultural exchange, foster people exchanges, and develop tourism between Vietnam and Serbia.
Vietnam earned $806 million from seafood exports in the first 2 months of this year, marking a year-on-year rise of 3%.
In February, the figure hit nearly $320 million, down 24% from last year. Areas that experienced heavy revenue losses included shellfish, down 32% to $100 million, shrimp, $96 million, cuttlefish, and octopus, $26 million, recording decreases of 31% and 18% respectively. According to industry insiders, poor access to capital and raw materials will continue to impact on production and exports, especially shrimp and charfish. The Vietnam Association of Seafood Export and Processing reported that the U.S. remains Vietnam's top seafood importer with a total share of nearly 17%. It was followed by Japan and the Republic of Korea with 15.3% and 7.6% respectively.
A ceremony was held in Central Khánh Hòa province on March 1st to mark the 150th birthday and the 70th death anniversary of world's well-known physician and bacteriologist Alexander Yersin.
Addressing the ceremony, Lê Xuân Thân, Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, highlighted Yersin's life, career, and his invaluable scientific contributions to human beings as a whole and to Vietnamese people. Born in 1863 in Switzerland and studied medicine in France, Alexander Yersin is remembered as the co-discoverer of the bacillus responsible for the bubonic plague and the creator of the vaccine for the prevention and treatment of this disease. He came to Vietnam in 1891 and chose Nha Trang City for living and working until he passed away on March 1, 1943. Yersin was the founder and the first dean of Đông Dương Pharmacy School, the predecessor of the present Hanoi Medical University and the Hanoi University of Pharmacy. He was also the founder and head of Pasteur Institute of Nha Trang.
Cornea donation after death is seen as a good deed. It gives sight to the blind. However, the limited number of cornea donors does not meet demand.
In 2006, corneal disease pushed Lê Văn Doanh from Thanh Hải Commune, Thanh Hải District in the northern province of Hải Dương into a life of darkness and hardship. Fortunately, a corneal transplant in September 2008 helped him return to his normal life. He has passed the entrance exam to the National University of Economics and is now the fourth-year student at the university.
My life has changed so much after the corneal transplant. I would like to extend my gratitude to doctors of the Vietnam National Institute of Ophthalmology, who gave me a chance to undergo the surgery. I would also like to thank my cornea donors, who donated part of their body to give me sight.
In an effort to deal with the increasing demand for corneas, an eye bank was established in 2006 at the Vietnam National Institute of Ophthalmology, raising public awareness of cornea donation. Since its inception, the bank has brought life to over 1,000 patients.
After a person dies, their family can call the bank or our associates to discuss donating the deceased's corneas. Removing the corneas does not damage the face. It takes less than 30 minutes and does not impact on funeral arrangements.
Since the first cornea donation in 2007, there have been 156 donors from 12 cities and provinces nationwide, and 35,000 people have registered as donors. Meanwhile, Vietnam has 300,000 people in need of corneal transplants, and this number is expected to increase in the coming time. The bank is always in short supply of corneas, mainly due to limitations in the mobilization work. The National Assembly's approval of the law on donation, removal, and transplant of human tissue and organs in November 2006 has created a breakthrough for tissue transplants and corneas in particular. The law has also helped blind people return to their normal lives. However, donating body parts has yet to become popular among the community due to psychological barriers.
I myself will register for cornea donation and will encourage my relatives and the elderly to do so. I know this will be difficult, but I hope that more and more people will help those in need.
Anyone can sign up to become a cornea donor. 2 patients can regain sight from every pair of corneas donated after death.
And that is the end of our news today. Thanks for watching and goodbye for now.